Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joey Plays and Build, and today we're gonna play and build the Dunkleosteus habitat, and we are in the Alpine Park. This is where we built the lovely river ride for our Laura Titan Dreadnought, so I feel like it's a good place to set up a good habitat for our dunk. So without further ado, let's get started with the build. Okay, so the first thing, we're gonna set up our lagoon. I like to make weird shapes with my lagoons, and you're gonna see that a lot in the future of this channel. You're gonna see a lot of weird shapes with the lagoon, like this weird U shape. It's fun. We're also gonna play around with the slopes a lot in this video, because this is not just gonna be a Dunkleosteus habitat. This is also gonna be an attraction. We're going to have pterosaurs in this attraction as well, because in the last video you guys comment, Jacob the Squaddle was the first one that stated that in the last DLC patch, which is the feather one, the feather DLC, one of the updates that you could airlift your pterosaurs without using the glitch at all. So that means that it was Frontier's intention to have these pterosaurs fly freely, which is great. So we're gonna test it out right now in this video. We're also gonna talk about how to change slopes and how is it important to terrain slopes, just to change your slopes and making your habitats, because now I cannot make an habitat without changing the slopes. There's only 4 options in the toolbox, so it's not really that complicated. And yeah, this is going to be a really fun build for the Dunkleosteus. We're going to have some sort of walk-in exhibit for the Dimorphodon, and just have fun with the decorations that in the game and all of that good stuff. So hopefully you guys stay tuned, and we'll discuss more once we have more info of the build. Okay, we're gonna slow it down just a little bit, because I have a lot of questions of how do you make your habitats to look like that? You know, why is my habitat not like that? I do get questions on that in YouTube and in Instagram, and the answer is very simple. It's terrain forming. Use this option as much as possible. Like I said earlier, I cannot make a habitat without changing the terrain. It's very important. And here I use this little trick to raising up the terrain without even, bothering your path. Now, you could make your path whatever you want. You could make it before your terrain forming or after your terrain forming. For me, I rather have make the path before starting my terrain, just because I know an indication where I want the path to be. But here's a little trick, is to use the smallest radius of your brush, and then you could raise up the terrain by tapping the button. If you're playing in a PC, click your mouse, whatever, and that way it will not ruin your terrain. Because if you hold the button, then you're gonna have a problem. Then your terrain is starting to be formed differently. So here's a little example that I made, that I was making a little mistake because it was ruining my path a little bit, but I saved it by going into the flat terrain, and I went into the center of the path and just gently tap the button, and then you got a good range of whatever form of slope or shape of your mountain or a hill or whatever, but your path is still flat and smooth. So I do advise to use the smallest brush and to just simply tap the button. You don't need to be in a rush in this type of game. Just be patient. It does take a lot of your time, I'm pretty sure it does. But if you want to make a beautiful habitat, you have to play the game not in a rush way. You can't rush in these things. You have to enjoy the game. So yeah, that's my little advice that I will give to you guys. But if you do have some advice for me how to make my terrain forming a lot more faster, more smoother, more simpler, please let down in the comment, because I do take your comments in consideration, and you guys have helped me a lot in the last video, so hopefully that does continue. So let's just get back into the speed build. So now we're going to the foliage and the rock, and I'm using a little bit of the foliage brush, not too much. I just tap the button, tap it like 3 times, and it'll just give me a good decent amount of foliage. And the reason why is that because I try to stay away with the foliage brush. It's very random. It isn't place where you want to place it. Instead, I rather have the decorative trees instead, because you could place whatever trees you want. If you guys watch Bob Ross always said, if you want that tree to be in that spot, then have it be. You could put that tree in your spot, is your world. Here I am just messing around with some of the foliage work. My favorite to use here is the taiga foliage, so I'm using a lot, and I don't need to use the alpine foliage because the alpine has already been used by me just placing the foliage brush instead. We're also gonna have a lot of rocks, and the rocks that I really love to use, I think I use the majority of it, is the taiga rocks. I want some dimorphodons in this environment, and I want them to stay in that environment, so I added their fish feeder and their rocks right next to the water, so hopefully they'll not fly anywhere else. But if they do, hey, you know what, they're free roaming, they're wild creatures. Now we're gonna head into the final main event, and that is the Lagoon build. So again, it's not really, this is possibly the easiest to build, so I'm just gonna go random stuff with it. Why not just add a monorail? Let's add some trees and foliage into the lagoon. Let's add some rocks and more foliage to play with it. And yeah, I know it is a shame that we have a marine species pack. We got some cool decorations and attractions, but we don't have a lot that to play around with into the lagoon. So sometimes we have to improvise with some of these things. If you want a monorail railing just to look, your lagoon to look stand out, might as well just add it, you know. Hopefully one day in the future, Frontier, I know you listen to your fans, you really do, you're really good at that. Maybe we could add more stuff for the lagoon. Hopefully this is not the last time that we're gonna have more lagoons, so crossing my fingers. And also, once we hit deep dive into the lagoon, I don't know how long I want to talk. Okay, there it is. Now we're going to the deep dive lagoon. Okay, so I always like to have themes and stories with my attractions or habitats. And since we're dealing with one of the most deadliest prehistoric fish in the whole prehistoric history, why not we could make some sort of graveyard lagoon? We have some nice shipwrecks, we have some nice dino skeletons, and honestly there's no rhyme or reason here. I just placed them randomly because you know it's there's not much to add here. And we're gonna have some lights, we're gonna have some gloomy green, a lot of shade of green here. When I think of swamps, I think of green. So yeah, we have a lot of green here and there. And yeah, that's the lagoon. Hopefully this helps you a lot, maybe inspires you, but we're not done yet. We're gonna go to endgame. We're gonna test the Dimorphodon and we're gonna see the Dunkleosteus right for the first time ever here. So stay tuned and yeah, we'll see you there. Okay, so we are in game, and before I discuss the habitat, let's go release some of the, and there it is, release via airlift. And this is my first time, so are we just gonna release? It said obstructed, so is it a thing or we need an a oh, there it is, guys. There it is. This is amazing. I'm this is I'm actually pretty speechless, guys, because we all wanted this. We all wanted this. However, I'm months too late. You guys could say whatever you want in the comments. I don't care. But this is really new to me, and I'm very, I don't know, I'm just speechless right now that we actually have this as a thing. I've been using the glitch for so long, and as much as I love the glitch, this is really helpful because this is Frontier's intention. Okay, so let me give you the quick tour. Now, the only problem is that we have more people on the upper side than the lower side, but you know, that's okay. We have our Dimorphodon flying around. I think I have like 30 of them, but they're flying, and you know the guests are enjoying it. This would be a nice jogging trail, to be quite honest, getting your exercise going. So you start from here and then you work your way around and then you end up into the middle of the attraction. You could go either to the hotel or into the lagoon, which we're gonna get there in a bit, or you go up here where you go to this second habitat and see more of our Dimetrodon. And this is where everybody is going. Again, they're going to the wrong way, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Look at that. You see people pointing at the Dimorphodon. I'm hoping they do. They look like they are pointing at the Dimorphodon flying. That is so cool. Look at that. We have so many people here. And less people on the bottom. That's crazy. But yeah, maybe we could add another dinosaur here in the future. Who knows? But yeah, the Dimorphodon has not tried to fly away from the other side of except here, so it's all good. I love it. Now, this is the layout of the lagoon. This is the viewing dome. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go right inside at this. Can I move around? Oh, so I cannot move around, so I could click. Let's see if we can spot the Dunkleosteus. There it is. Look at it. Can I? Let's find another view. Oh, it's out of reach. It's still not clear in my end. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Can we go into night? Let's go to dusk really quick. It's beautiful. Okay, so I do apologize my lack of decorations. I thought I had this is the first time I've seen the gallery, so I excuse that there you know guys don't see the graveyard as I call it, but look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that. Oh, lovely. I'm sorry if I'm fanboying right now. This is the first time. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this right now, and I'm just. Oh, you can see the little fishies. That is cool. Look at that, right? You can see like the little silhouette of the Dunkleosteus swimming. That is very creepy. I'm so glad these guys are extinct because I don't know. I don't know if like I would ever go to the water if I see those guys. I don't know why we can't roam around, like walk around here. It's just weird. There it is again. There it is again. I'm actually really having so much fun with this. Now, I'm really hoping that we do get. Oh, look at that. The next build, guys, is gonna be Shonisaurus, and we're gonna add as much marine reptiles as possible. You know, I want a huge aquarium. We could have some Ichthyosaurus, some Attenborosaurus, Plesiosaurus, you know, all of that stuff because I want the Shonisaurus to stand out. You know, I want all of these small marine reptiles just floating about, but hopefully we get a good picture or a glimpse of a Shonisaurus in the background, just the silhouette of it. Ah, I feel like that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be a fun build. There it is. Look at that. That is fantastic. I feel like not, is this dusk? Dusk is a better view than day. Actually, can let's see back into day really quick, and I'm just gonna end the video just right there. I think we had so much fun building this. Let's see if any Dimorphodon. Nope, this guy is just okay. He no, I thought he is far away, but okay, yeah, guys. This is it for me. Tell me what you guys think about this habitat. Any advice, any criticism is always welcome as long as you guys are not being rude. Let me know what I need to improve. I'm always taking your comments very very seriously because I really want to improve as much, and I needed your guys any help and suggestions. But if you guys like the habitat, please give it a like down below, and if you want to see more builds just like this, please subscribe because we have a lot of building to do. Anyways, that is it for me. Hopefully you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next build. Thank you guys for watching.